Yo, what is up, guys? It's Bankrupt Dope, back again with another video, and today we are back on Black Clover Mobile, and today we're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna talk about a lot, and as you can see by the title, this is the real review of Black Clover Mobile. Now, when I say real review, this does not mean that everybody else or anybody else's review of this game or thoughts on this game aren't true and or discounted. I'm just giving you guys a full review of the game as a whole from my perspective. That's all this means when I say real review. So no discount to no one out there at all. Everybody's still entitled to their own opinion, so everybody feels their own way, and this is just how I feel about Black Clover Mobile at the beginning of 2024, right? So I have it bullet pointed, and we're gonna start off. Hold up, what am I even doing? Before we even hop into that, I hope you're having a good day today. And if you're not having a good day, I hope your day gets better. You already know the drill. Now, why are we even making this video? Like, before we get into the bullet points of like me actually talking about everything, we're talking about why I'm even making this video. So I'm making this video, one, because I just want to put out everything about how I felt the game in one concise video, so I don't talk about it anymore. These aren't things that I won't keep repeating them over and over and over again. I'll just lay it all out right now, and it'll be clear. And because, let's just be honest, my channel's really not doing well anymore. Like, I kind of expected it. You know, my channel was going to do just as good as the anniversary of the game. And in my personal opinion, I think it's obvious that the fandom of this game has fallen compared to that initial release. Like, the initial release was good. It was big, but it's not the same as what it was. It's just not the same what it was. Like, everyone cares about JP. So, yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And then even then, the JP videos don't do massive numbers on just like in the gacha world. Like, they just don't. So it's all like, it's tough. It is very tough. It's a very niche game. My channel's not doing well. The game itself isn't necessarily doing that well. The views from content creators honestly are the representation. If you look across all of your, like, the bigger YouTubers for this game, is there anyone that's cracked 50K? I'm not sure. I don't think anybody has, and especially if I'm talking about specifically Black Clover Mobile related, right? Like, we're not talking about somebody who just has a channel that's built off of other things. Black Clover only, I don't think anybody's cracked 50K. I don't even think anybody cracked 40K. So it's all like the actual fan base of this game in its YouTube presence and social media presence is low. That's just the truth of it all. So I'm trying to compete in a market with a low viewer rate. So the views for this game just really aren't high. So there's that, which is why this video is being made. Because unless Black Clover Mobile really pops off in the upcoming months, this is just, truth be told, going to be a gacha game that's just not going to last long, and it's definitely not going to last long on my channel because of the actual viewer retention rate for this game in general, you know. So that's why this video is being made. Just want to throw it out there. Now let's actually get into the game. Let's get into to all the things that I like and don't like. We're going to start off talking about everything that I don't like, right? We're just going to go straight into that. What don't I like about this game? We're going to talk about PvP. I do not like PvP. Why? Because it is as basic and not unconventional, but uninspiring as it could be. Suicide Squad just came out recently, and that game is getting trashed. Yes, there are going to be people that are going to pick it up and have fun with it, but it doesn't change the fact that the game has taken the idea of looter shooter in the most basic form, and that is not acceptable in 2024. They have a 2017 strategy loot and shoot system in 2024. We are past that. We have evolved. And this PvP system is no different. It is 2024, and we have a 2020 PvP system. It's against a bot, and it's pay to win. It's a pay to win fight against a bot. That's it. It's as simple as it can get. And that doesn't sit well with me. I feel like if you're going to make a gacha game in nowadays, and you want to be remotely competitive and competent towards your players, this is not acceptable. This game, like, this doesn't compete with anything. It's as bare bones as it can get. And that's the theme across everything that I don't like, right? Is that it's so surface level and level one version of everything, which is why I feel like this game didn't pop off as hard as that it could have. Is because they didn't try to, if you ask me personally. So my problem is that this PvP is very bare bones. It's against AI. We've been asking for and ready for real time forever. It's going to be one of those things that, oh yeah, we're getting real time in a year, when we thought we were going to get real time when Global came out, but yet it's not even here. So it's all like, I'm not just going to sit here and keep saying, oh yeah, we're going to get real time, so that makes everything better. And really, not even really, because they're still going to think of power level, and you still simply do lose because of power level for a lot of fights, depending on the gap of like pay to pay versus free to play. Like, that gap does exist and it is real. So PvP, it's bad in my opinion. It's not bad, but it's as bare bones as it can get. I don't like it. There needs to be at least 20 attempts. And yeah, it's too little attempts and it's too simple of a system compared to what it could be. Like, this is just the most simple version that it could be. So yeah, that is PvP. Moving on. We have events. If we take it to the challenge tab, right? We have our normal challenges. We have our limited time. Global has only been out for like a month and a half at this point, 2 months. And we do the same thing all the time. If we look at this limited tab, the Spire of Honor is back already. We already did this. We just did this. And that's irritating because it's like nothing is innovative at the studio. It's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Summon for a character, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's boring. It is so boring. If we check in here, right? It's just PvP again. I just talked to you guys about how I don't like PvP, and then it's all like we have such a basic version, and then you come in here just to do PvP again with the even lesser version because you have to climb with the same gear and same skill page level. So it's even more basic than the other one. You can try to say, "Oh no, it's a real PvP, like it's a balanced PvP." But balanced PvP just means a more boring. It's just a more stripped PvP. It's less variety. It's very bare bones until you get to the very end. So it doesn't change how I feel. And I've already tired of doing PvP, and I gotta add 3 more PvP matches to my day if you do them anyway. And yeah, it's like it's just not. It's uninventive. It's just what you already do on a different tab of the screen that gives better rewards. That's it. Something you already do, just more rewards. Nothing new, nothing innovative, nothing makes me scratch my brain, nothing that's like firing off any receptors in my brain like, oh my gosh, look at this loot, or look at this event, it's so fun. Like, that's just not here. It is not here. And it's limited anyway, so it couldn't be a loop if I wanted it to be, you know? And then you have your rotating, challenging, which isn't necessarily a problem. The rest of the rotating challenges are fine. It's extra stuff to do. That's something in almost every game. They have a weekly or daily reset of stuff for you to do in there. So that part matches, right? That's the same. But when it comes to these limited and event parts, we've already rinsed and repeated them, and they love to do reskins and redoing stuff twice rather than coming with something new. And I'm already over that. It's lame and lazy. Then you take it over to your normal challenges. It's just that. Your normal challenges that we've been doing in the game since day one, and still the same on JP at 6 months in. It's just uninspiring. There's nothing here. This is just a standard thing that you turn your brain off and skip through everything. Mage XP, skip. Gear XP, skip. Gear enhancement, skip. Talent seed, skip. World currency, skip. Hall of Illusion is the only thing that you have to do. And Bomb Patrol is also a skip. So nothing in here is actually content for you to do that you're going to actually say, I don't do. It's just everything skippable. So nothing to do in that factor, right? Hall of Illusions. And once again, the most uninventive version of difficult and in-game content that they could have. Rather than letting my team comps be diverse and be like, maybe I can beat it with this team, or maybe I can beat it with this team. They're so specific. And the enemies are tuned so high, it is crazy. And for stage 85, for example, I haven't beaten it because I don't have a nuke team made. I do not have the gear sets made to nuke. I don't care to have the gear sets made to nuke. So I haven't done it. It is not beaten yet. And a lot of some of these things are just RNG. Like especially if you try to do them early game, it's just RNG, and like you got to get lucky and just hope that you win and survive. Especially the riot fight. But like the fact that I have to nuke to beat this stage is just ridiculous in my opinion. Why am I having to resort to that in order to win? If let's say you didn't pull Julius, if for some reason you didn't pull Julius, right, and you didn't have any big nuking potential characters, you're just not ever gonna beat stage 85, which is crazy. Because you don't have anybody that can ramp up enough damage to do enough damage. So it's all like, I don't know. A lot of people probably just see this as nothing, but I just think it's so gimmicky. I'm not a fan of it. It's just too gimmicky for me. Like a stage dedicated to you nuke or you don't beat it. There's really no other alternative. And that's just lazy and boring to me. And plenty of other gimmicks in here that are just annoying and irritable at the same time. And that's it. That's all the events. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing you actually do. Even as the months have come along, there has not been any event that's like, that was fun, that was creative. Like in Star Rail, for example, all their creative events, Dokumato, creative events. Even Dislight has story events that they do, where they might write whole creative stories for characters, and then you go through them and you traverse. You can go, like they have like little boards that you go through, or free roam adventures for their events. There's literally none of that here. It's so uninspired. It's just nothing. It's as bad as it could possibly be. And I stand by that. I know people try to say like, oh, you're just overhyping. I'm not. Go compare this to other gachas and you see the events are lackluster. And when you go watch your favorite YouTubers, Giku was probably the biggest upcoming YouTuber for this game, that blatantly even said if they don't drop any events, he's probably dropping his game sooner rather than later. Because what's the point of dropping all your money, even though he's a content creator, especially for the lower ones, what's the point of dropping money if there's no content for you to even post about? There's nothing to do. There's no event when you take our characters in. It doesn't exist. So before somebody just tries to say, oh, you're just overhyping it, there's PvP, your favorite YouTuber, the big one of the bigger ones, Giku, is probably 2 or 3 in terms of like, or he's honestly, he might even be 1. He's probably 1. No, I said he's 1 in terms of just Black Clover mobile content that people are going to go to. And he has already talked about how he's like, it's possible for him to leave if things don't change in the event part. So don't try to say that it's just a bankrupt thing. You're just overhyping it and you're just saying too much, because I'm not. It's a thing that I hear also. And unless you just want to be blind and just be faithful to Black Clover as a brand, then go for it. But don't say that they don't have problems when they do. Right? So yeah. That's just that. A whole bunch of rewards that they give us in other ways, right? Like bingo event, chapter unlocking event, star accumulation event, burning dispatch event. Like all these things give you a whole bunch of rewards, but there's no real content behind them. There's no substance behind them. It's just here's stuff and throw it at you. There you go. And it's like, yeah, cool, thank you, I guess. Next thing is the shop. This is the most overtuned shop I've ever seen in my life. So much stuff for sale. So many premium things that advance your account at such an insane rate. It's not even funny. It's just inarguable that if you have the money to buy out this shop and push this shop, you honestly can do anything you want. Which isn't inherently wrong generally in gachas, because, you know, if I want to spend money to level up, then sure. But there should also be a way to obtain said things for free. For example, these are far too infrequent in the game. All these level 3 materials are far too infrequent, but then it's all like, oh yeah, you can just go ahead and buy them and call it a day. And if you buy it, guess what? You can just skip all the waiting that other people have to do. When it comes to stuff like that, comes to gear enhancement, when it comes to the special talent seed, the good one at that. But oh, you can just get lucky every week versus you got the person who get lucky every week, or you have the guy who can just buy it. Like there's just so many things in here that just like I could just buy it and launch my account months ahead before a free to play player can. And when you go into PvP, have fun never beating my team, because my team will literally almost always be faster than yours, stronger than yours, better stats, gear stats than yours, because I can fine tune it by dropping money, and you can't. There's not even a real avenue to exercise a way to do the same thing. It'd be one thing if there was like I can pay to do it now and I can grind for it now, but the grind part isn't always available. It is not always available, especially for gear sub changing. Like I said, the purple enhancement stones, the talents. These are not things that you can readily and always grind, but I can always buy them. I can buy these so often that the gap is just insane between those two. So yeah, lack of events, very bare bones PvP, overtuned shop, which oddly enough is the most basic version of a shop, because it's something that you will find in a game that's a D ranked game that's not even listed on the on the App Store. Like I just still put in a random gacha and I played it, they're gonna start slapping me in the face, hey buy this, and that's what this game does. Whole bunch of microtransactions for a game that's not even hype. Now, I'm done with all that. Let's get into everything I do like. Pity. Pity is nice. I like the pity system. 200, decent. I like it. It's annoying on the season banner sometimes, because sometimes you can just get the wrong character, but generally pity is decent. 200 pity good, because there are a lot of games that don't have pity. Dokkan Battle, I'm talking about you. Dokkan Battle doesn't have pity. Pity is great. I'm glad they had it. Love it. Dupe stones and skill pages. Skill pages are not in the game yet. Hopefully they come in. They are going to come in sooner rather than later. But dupe stones are phenomenal. I like dupe stones. That's a very cool and great idea. But what we need, and also dupe stone, like dupe stones are also in the game. So it allows you to max out characters without having to pull them. You can pull one copy and you can essentially take your character to whole new heights. It is a great system. I like that. Dupe stones and dupe skill pages, great. We love those. And the gameplay is decent. It's not overly. It's nothing new. It's not the most beautiful thing in terms of like the character models and attack animations, but they're good. They're not bad by any means. They are a solid B. They are good. Not overachieving. They're not failing, but they are just simply that. They are good. They obviously put time into them, and it shows. And that's it. That is it. There is nothing more to say on Black Clover Mobile. It's a game that I will continue posting content for when I can. But that's it. There is no like magical extra thing that I didn't talk about, because that's all the game has to offer. Everything that I just said in 18 minutes is everything the game has to offer. That's it. And I want them to improve on everything that I said I don't like. The shop needs to change. A lot of things in the shop need to go down to a thing that we can grind and actually work for. Events need to come into the game more readily and more often. It's what separates a good gacha between a bad gacha. And this game is currently sitting in the bad gacha because we lack events. Name every successful gacha that doesn't have events regularly. You can't. Because there are no bomb great gachas that just don't have that lack events. Yet this game does. Which shows in the game's YouTube numbers and social media numbers and revenue. Just saying. But I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. I've said my piece. This is how I feel about the game. I really hope that they start making these adjustments, and hopefully these adjustments come sooner rather than later. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and saying that they will do all these things when the game catch up. But who knows? Maybe it will just be another day in the office, and it's how the game will continue to be till the game shuts down. Hopefully that won't be the case, and hopefully they get right. I only want the game to do better. So I hope they fix these things. I know 3 people have seen this video, but that's okay. Like the video if you liked it. Comment something down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.